Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Listen, I want to talk about some housewives real quick, primarily Potomac and Atlanta. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into a few things. All right, now before we really get into what we're really here about, I definitely have to send my condolences over to Gizelle Bryant. Regardless of how we feel about Gizelle, this is really a sad time for her, and I really hate that she's going through this, but her father has passed away. Okay, her father's name was Curtis Graves, and he has passed away at the age of 84. Now, she did take to social media to put up this beautiful post of her daughters along with her father, and it says, "Thank you for being the best dad that a little girl could ever want or need. I will miss you every day of my life." And listen, I'm not gonna lie, that pulled at my heartstrings, because I hate to see people lose loved ones, whether it's by way of death, a breakup, whatever. I hate to see it, but I really had to, I had to, my heart goes out to Gizelle during this time. Y'all know she was very close to her father. He was a very, very important person to her, and not just to her, but also to the community, because you guys know that he was a civil rights activist. Okay, he was very, very involved back in the day. I believe he even was right alongside Martin Luther King, and there is a photo of them together. Okay, so her dad had like I said, he had a strong political career. He was over there in civil rights. He was also a Texas House of Representatives member for quite some time. Okay, he was more so with the Democratic Party. He just had a lot going on. Okay, he stayed out there. He advocated for the people. So shout out to him. I do believe that he was involved in like NASA and a lot of things. Okay, as well as being a director for civil rights. I'm sorry, civil affairs and stuff. So he had a lot under his belt. He had a lot of achievements. Okay, he graduated from Texas Southern University. He went to Princeton University. Like, the daddy had it going on. Okay, definitely had it going on. I did come across the image of him sitting alongside Martin Luther King, and when I tell you Gizelle daddy was fine as hell, I'm just gonna be honest, girl. The Gizelle daddy was, girl. The daddy was daddying for sure back then. Okay, the daddy was daddying back then. But I have to say, rest in peace to Gizelle's father. Not sure, I think they've wrapped filming, so we probably won't see that. But Gizelle don't really show us her emotional side on camera, but either way, hopefully, Miss Karen Huger and Gizelle could put whatever issues to the side, so that Karen can show up for Gizelle the way Gizelle showed up for her when Karen lost both of her parents within just a few months of each other. So my condolences to Gizelle Bryant and her family. All right, so I wanted to talk about that, but next up, I definitely want to get into these looks for Real Housewives of Atlanta upcoming reunion. Girl, stop with a hard stop. Girl, stop, please. First of all, the looks were leaked, and I'm a little disappointed in the photo that was leaked, because I understand that phone quality and camera quality are two different things. And whoever uploaded this photo of the ladies, it was giving a bit of distortion, just a little bit. The photo did not come out very clear. It definitely looked like somebody snapped it on their phone, but it also looked like the person that snapped it on their phone also edited the photo, in my personal opinion. I do feel like the photo was edited, which is also going to add a little bit more distortion to it. So they definitely did a bit of face tuning or photoshopping or whatever they did, and it was leaked. Okay, I'm waiting for the official photos to drop, because I can't really judge all of the outfits. I need to see them individually. I need to see the ladies individually to actually get a gauge and an opinion on how I feel about the looks. Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, if I had to judge from right now, I think Sonya probably would have one of the better outfits, because it's plain and simple. As she holds her belly, I think Sonya looks beautiful right here. But again, I could barely tell a whole lot. I want to go ahead and get all of the photos when Bravo decides to drop those official images, girl. But with these people leaking this photo, what's really interesting to me is the fact that Candy's assistant, Jamie came to the front and pretty much called out somebody. She was like, I don't know who decided to leak this, but whoever it was that leaked this needed to be demoted or something, because this is just not how we get down. Like, if you that desperate, girl, to get it out here, then because they just had the reunion, just had it, and then here you go leaking something. So Jamie was just like, girl, whichever cast member leaked the reunion picture, y'all should either be demoted or y'all need to be fired. Okay, if you had something going on in life, you wouldn't be this pressed for that much attention to leak something from the only job that you do got. Okay, so Jamie was ready to read, and whoever this person was is somebody that she does not like, and I feel like it's somebody she knows exactly who leaked this. Now I'm gonna tell y'all who I think leaked it. I think Sheree did it. It's giving Sheree, and it's possibly giving Drew. And the reason why I say that is because I told y'all, heavy on the face editing. Hello? And who gives us heavy on the face editing? Sheree Whitfield. On all of her photos, it's giving overtouched. Okay. And I feel like, let's see, I'm trying to go back to some of the ladies' pages and just check it out. But for me, I feel like it's a certain type of face editing, though. It's a certain type of face editing. And when I look at Sheree's face in this picture, from what I can see, this is the style of editing that Sheree does to all of her photos, and she has to edit everybody else in the picture so it won't be so obvious that she's changed hers. Drew doesn't really do a lot of editing to her pics like that. Drew is absolutely gorgeous with or without a filter or whatever the case is. But Sheree, this right here has your name written all over it, and you wanted the girls to really see what you had going on, so you leaked this. I feel like you did it. I do. I do. I feel like it was probably you. So that's who my bets are on. Y'all let me know who y'all think leaked this. And also let me know how you feeling about the looks just from this. If you can't really get a gauge, I understand. Cause girl, I need the official photos for me to really see what's going on. But this blurred image that y'all dropped, and then this edited ass image that y'all dropped, I can't take it. I can't take it. But I will say this: whoever did leak this, I won't say they should be fired or demoted, as Jamie mentioned, but I just feel like, why is the term fine coming to my head? I don't think they should be fined, but I think they should be left off of an episode, like the first episode of the season or the second or something. Like, they should be left off of an episode, because y'all don't need to be over here leaking y'all own images. Why are we hiring camera crew and photographers and all this and that to capture y'all beauty, and then y'all decide to upload this cheap ass cell phone image? Like, I would feel away if I was the network. I really would. I really would. And then I would feel away if I was the other cast members, because it's like, BITCH, how you know I like this pose of myself? How you know I like this one? And you chose to put it up because you look cute in it. Girl, they good for that, girl. You could be over there looking a whole mess, but because they look good in it, they gonna post it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. Okay. And Andy, I'm starting to feel a way about your attire, because the ladies be coming in here razzling and dazzling. You need to come in with a different tux or something. You need to be coming in suited and booted instead of just coming in your damn work suit. Okay, get you a tux and get a colorful tie or something to match the ladies. Like, it's time for you to up the hell grade, is what I think. It's time for you to up the hell grade too. So get it together. But that's just what I'm thinking. All right. But anywho, good luck. Leave your thoughts and comments down below about those reunion looks, okay, for Real Housewives of Atlanta. But next up, I want to talk about Nene leaks, okay? Nene leaks and Cynthia Bailey, as well as Miss Claudia Jordan, all right? Now, before I really get into this tea, I'm going to say this. Claudia Jordan has some things to say about Nene leaks. And can I just say, in the past, I haven't really been featuring Claudia. Like, I never really understood why everybody thought she was so amazing with her reads and stuff and needed to be returned, back to Real Housewives. But let me tell y'all something. These past few weeks, especially when she called Love and Marriage Huntsville, Kimmy, and Maurice out, I have been loving me some Claudia, and just her thoughts on different type of conversational pieces. I have been like, okay, BLT, you got me, ho. You got me, girl, because I wasn't really crazy, but now, I wasn't too crazy about you or whatever. But now I'm like, I'm liking Claudia. maybe I haven't really listened a whole lot to what she has to say. I know she was on that couples retreat or whatever show, and I wasn't really featuring it for real. But outside of that, more recently, girl, I'm here for Miss Claudia, honey. But anywho, let's get back to Miss Nene, because she's the one that brought us here. So Nene did an interview, right? And part 2 is coming up soon, but she had an interview recently, and part 1 was dropped. And during this interview, she talked about Cynthia Bailey. The question was whether or not she sees herself being friends with Cynthia Bailey anytime down the line. Does she see that? And Nene was just like, I mean, I could work with her, yeah, but as far as being how we were, hell no. I missed the friendship for what it was, but I would never go back and be friends with her, because I know she was over there talking about me, and I know she was over there trying to stop my bags and all of that behind the scenes. I know she was trying to keep me from the show, this and that. Now, Nene, I will say some part of that, I feel like you did a lot of this to yourself, and I do feel like you're searching for somebody else to put the blame on. Okay, regardless of what Cynthia was trying to do behind the scenes, in all honesty, you continue to come back. Like, regardless of what she was saying, Andy and Bravo continued to bring you back. What put the nail in the coffin was when you were not willing to settle on whatever contract they were giving you. And I'm not telling you that you should, but when you were not willing to settle on the contract that they gave you, you went on to say a lot of negative things that a network, or even just, your supposed friend that's in charge of the girls over there, would not want to hear. Okay, calling them out about being racist or whatever, and that may likely be true. But then when you say that somebody is a cokehead and doing this and doing that, well, I'm surprised that man did not try and sue you for any type of defamation. So it does make me question, could it have been any truth to it, because they did not sue you, you were the one suing them, or what was really going on, or if he just felt like it wasn't worth it. Okay, at the end of the day. So I do feel like you put the nail in your own coffin when it comes to Real Housewives, and you're trying to find somebody to kind of like put it on just a little bit. But that's just my personal opinion, right? I think that you may have held more weight than Cynthia held when it came to Housewives, and making an influence on who goes and who stays, type of thing, is what I would assume, right? But either way, these are the things that Nene says. She does not trust Cynthia like she used to. She could work with her, and she wanted to be very clear that she could work with her. In case Bravo were considering to bring her back in any capacity, she wanted to let the people know she could work with Cynthia. They'll just never be close how they were. Well, when Cynthia learned that, Cynthia was over on, I believe it's called Two Peas and a Pod podcast, right? And she had her own choice things that she wanted to say about this matter. So let's go ahead and just listen to what it is that Cynthia had to say in response to Nene.
I almost don't even want to respond because it's so ridiculous. First of all, I'm the first person to give Nene Leakes her flowers. Whether or not she will give me even the water to put some flowers in, okay? I don't even think I can get the water, but I'm the first to say, when you think of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think of Nene Leakes, period. The woman definitely put the show on the map, okay? She's amazing TV. Her personality is off the chain. She's good TV. And when we were friends, it was great. And I never say anything but that. So, first of all, number one, I don't have the power to get Nene Leakes fired from anything. I couldn't get Nene Leakes fired from Taco Bell, okay?
You're like, I couldn't even keep myself hired.
I mean, okay, well, I'm not even on the show. So if I have all this power, how am I not even on the show anymore? But anyway, first of all, I don't have the power to tell a network what to do with an incredible talent like such as Nene Leakes, who clearly is amazing TV. And if I did, let's just say I did for some insane reason, have this power to control the network and make them fire her or try to convince them to. Why would I want to? The most successful shows we had on Housewives was when she was a part of the cast. Actually, right. But we were friends too.
And so, doesn't that make your life easier when someone's good TV?
Listen, it was great to even be paired with her. They paired me with her when I started the show. And I was under her umbrella for a few years. So I had that safety of not having to ever go against her. So, which was great. So I never had a reason to not want her on the show. I think she's great for the show. I've always.
So why would she even say that? What has happened between when you guys were on the show?
All right, so you guys just heard a bit of what it is that Miss Cynthia Bailey had to say, and it really wasn't anything negative. She just said she didn't have the power to do all of that to keep Nene from anything, right? She just says that she thinks Nene is great for the show. But I do question how much leverage do you guys really have? Because Nene did this interview and Nene said Portia Williams was on the chopping block to be X the hell out of the show. But Nene and Kandi influenced the higher ups to keep Portia on the show. So to me, that is giving some type of influence. So do you guys have influence on who's hired, but not any influence on who's fired? I'm just wondering. And I will say this, even if Cynthia did contribute in any capacity to helping get Nene off the show, I don't think Cynthia did it by herself. I think that I'm sorry. I think that Nene kind of made it easy for herself. What did Garcelle tell to Erica? I don't have to make you look like a fool. You do a great job of doing that by yourself, or something like that. Garcelle said to Erica Jane over on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And why are we talking about it, girl? When is y'all gonna premiere? Can y'all get it together? Because when is the girls coming back? But anywho. All right. So I feel like Nene, you contributed to that too. And I don't think that is necessarily fair to Cynthia to try to put a lot of blame on her as though she was really trying to stop things, when at the end of the day, you stopped your own bag. Now, once this audio was leaked out about what Miss Cynthia had to say in regards to Nene and her comments, Claudia Jordan decided to hop in the comments. And when Claudia hopped in the comments, this is what Miss Claudia said. Claudia said, Nene plays victim every single time, has actively and publicly campaigned to get people fired or demoted. And then when she on the outside looking in, she want to, I guess, bring up Black women sticking together and George Floyd and cry racism. Girl, bye. Listen. I feel like a lot of people was doing that, honey, when things was a little hot during that time. And, it was a high conversation regarding racism. People was definitely using that, to their advantage. But let's go ahead and keep going. Now, Claudia says Cynthia been a real one, and she actually should have been dropped. She should have been dropped her loyalty to this narcissist years ago, but remained classy. Now, me, I would have been unleashed on her ass. Ooh, disrespectful as she's been, this is just a case of extreme narcissistic personality disorder where she's never wrong and everyone must be plotting against her because she's never done anything wrong to anyone. Straight BS. We all seen it, so stop the cap, girl. Somebody added Claudia and said she has never been nobody's friend unless you kissing her ass, baby. And here's the gag. Cynthia, you have seen how Nene has moved on the show. And you still wanted to befriend her so bad, so much so that you wanted to give her a friend contract. So I'm not surprised by anything that, when you guys kind of fell out. I wasn't too much surprised because we all witnessed how Nene operates and moves, although she has been great entertainment for the show, she has definitely had her flaws. Like, she's better than, especially when she started cashing them Trump checks, honey, and it started to get to her head. She was able to go out there in Hollywood and do some acting here or there. She felt like she was elevating and thought she was going to elevate past the show. Took a break from the show, thinking the show was going to drop without her, returned back to the show. Return back to the show only to be there for a limited time. And it seems like they was just cutting her scenes more and more. And I guess she just couldn't take it because once those Hollywood gigs may have possibly dried up, Nene wanted a bigger check for whatever reason. And I guess Bravo was not willing to give that to her. So yeah, here we are. Okay, so girl, it is what it is. I just don't think that Cynthia should be the person to take all of the blame for that. But I want to hear y'all thoughts and comments on Cynthia's response and also on what Miss Claudia Jordan had to say as well when it comes to this situation. All right, now if that's not enough of dragging when it comes to Miss Nene Leakes, honey, listen, we got to talk about somebody else that's calling Nene Leakes out, and that is going to be her son Bryce's girl. Well, I can't say girlfriend because I don't believe that they are together at this time, but she is definitely the baby mama. Okay. So she came to the front and Miss Girl had some things to say. Now they're saying that Nene Leak's eldest son, Bryant, was recently arrested on felony charges and is currently awaiting to be sentenced. Remember, he was caught out there with fentanyl. He was using his brother's name, saying that he was Brent versus Bryson and doing all of this extra stuff, giving them the wrong address and everything. All right. Now the girlfriend is coming out and she's saying that, or I keep saying girlfriend, but the baby mama is coming out and saying that Nene is somewhat to blame for this whole situation. And I don't know if I'm gonna put all of that on Nene, because at some point I do feel like a grown-ass child should be held accountable for their own actions. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that there are things that could have happened in childhood that could have impacted who a person has become as an adult. But at some point, you're going to have to accept your own accountability for what you've done too on your own and the decisions that you chose to make, because you're in a space of rebelliousness. Okay. Now, Simone Davis, she is the mother to Bryson's youngest child. And she had a conversation with Radar Online. And she says that Bryson and Nene's relationship is real strained. And this is how I feel about that. Okay. You don't know Nene for real, or be in contact with Nene for real to really know what kind of relationship they got. You likely only know what it is that he told you and what he tells you. And it's not that it's a lie, but it's possible that it could be a lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm thinking. Because sometimes I feel like women, baby mamas, all of that, y'all will hear one side of the story from the man, and then y'all will just lean into that like what they saying is fact. But if you ain't got the other half of the story, sometimes you got to consider the possibility that they're telling you a story that's only going to be more favorable with them. So you got to consider the source, and you got to see how the interaction is between y'all. And if y'all don't even have great for real communication or whatever, you being his baby mama, then you got to know that it ain't all his mama either. I'm sure she has her ways, but it ain't all on her. Okay. But anywho, she says that she doesn't fully blame Nene for Bryson's addiction issues, but when Nene was at the height of her career on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Bryson struggled in the background. And that could very well be true. Okay. Then she goes on to say, I know the show didn't specifically affect him, but it did change his mother. And she says that when she says that Nene pretty much said, well, she says that the son told her, okay, Bryson told his baby mama that the money changed his mom. And I'm sure the money changed her. I'm sure the money would change a lot of people. But I do wonder, like, Nene, you was on Real Housewives for a long time. I wish we could have saw more of the interaction between you and your son and what was really going on, though. I believe there was conversation about how Bryson felt like she favored Brent over him. And I'm wondering, did she really favor Brent over you, or was your ass too far gone before? You know what I'm saying? Which one was it? Were you doing too much? You was too far gone, and she just put all her energy into making sure this young boy is going to be raised right? Because I didn't even know that your criminal history was as long as it was until this situation went down. But let's keep going, all right? They're saying Simone says this is because Nene doesn't claim her son. So first of all, on the interview, Nene says that Bryson only has 3 children, when in actuality, Bryson has 5 children. But Simone says that Nene doesn't claim the other kids. She only claims the 3 that she mentioned, because the other baby mamas don't kiss her ass the way the first baby mama do. I was like, oh, okay then. Now, Simone says she did try to get a DNA test from both Bryson and Nene, but they both refused to get one. Now, if I was the grandmama, it depends. I probably would refuse too. It's like, girl, go get one for my son. Why do you need one for me? Just go get one from him. Like, why you need one from me? But if the son is not being cooperative, I don't see anything wrong with a grandmother going down and actually getting the DNA test. Like, what's wrong with that? You want to verify that that's your blood? Like, why not? That don't really make no sense to me. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, they're saying a Georgia court eventually declared Bryson the father of their son back in 2020. Now, Simone says despite the declaration, Nene still has no interest in getting to know the grandchild. She even claims when Nene hangs out with the other grandchildren, it's really for PR. She says the only time y'all see Nene with them kids is when Nene is in the media. Outside of that, Nene don't really check on them. And it's giving, how you really know unless you in communication with the baby mama? Because I'm also hearing that the baby mama don't even have her kids, that they're with the grandmother. or the grandparents. So how would you really know? It's kind of giving a little bitter. It's giving a little bitter, a little bit. I don't know if you thought she was gonna come up or something off of knowing that your child is related to Nene Leakes or what. And we may not always like what Nene does, but at the same time, you got more issue with Nene than it seemed you got with your damn baby daddy. That is not making no sense. And then you call this lady a bully. Is she really bullying you? How you gonna call her a bully and then say that you wish that she would step up as a grandmother? Girl, I'm just confused. Which one is it? I won't want no bully to be around my child, as I don't give a damn if you are a grandmother. So that's not necessarily making sense to me, ma'am. So which one is it? You don't make sense. You just really bitter that Nene don't acknowledge you at all. And that's, I feel like, didn't you want to be on a reality show a while back? You was trying to get some type of clout off of this situation of Nene. And when I think when you had first found out that the baby that you had got pregnant by Bryson or something like that. So I don't know, you giving real sketchy betchy. I just feel like your issue should be with this man. Instead of you focusing on him doing the right things and not getting himself locked the fuck up to where he can't be there to financially provide and take care of your child, whether it's by will or by law, you over here focusing on Nene, what the hell she doing with her other grandkids and why she ain't doing for yours. You know, and I can't tell you shouldn't in a sense, but at the same time, you putting a lot on Nene and you not applying a lot of the pressure to where the hell it needs to go. But that's just how I feel about it. Like, some about that is off, but I'm gonna let you guys in the comments hop down and share your thoughts about it, because I'm not really featuring it at all. Okay. But in the meantime, in between time, honey, let's just go ahead and move on to Miss Kenya Moore. All right. I want to talk about Kenya Moore because, first of all, she's been dealing with this divorce from Marc Daly for God knows how long. Now, not too long ago, Marc wanted Kenya to pretty much not allow Brooklyn to be on television. Right. Well, the judge sided with Kenya and said Kenya can have her child on television. And even more than that, Kenya makes the ultimate decision on whether Brooklyn's going to be on TV or not. All she got to do is just let you know. But even if she lets you know, that's not stopping nothing, because she has the final say. And now here's the gag for me. Marc is supposed to be getting his own television show. Okay. And he has the audacity to ask, I guess, the judge or whatever, or wants Kenya to sign off on his daughter being on his reality show. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? They're saying a judge ruled in favor of the former couple's daughter, Brooklyn, being able to still appear on Real Housewives of Atlanta. This decision was made this past June during custody battle. The judge made his decision on this matter after he disputed instances of DV based on Kenya's testimony and other factors. Okay, so the judge pretty much sided with Miss Kenya. But Kenya has now revealed that Marc is suing her for the right to have their daughter appear in his new reality show. Are you crazy again? No, not you to sat up here trying to stop the daughter from being on the show. But now that you see that it's a benefit for yourself, you want to have her on your show. Number one, you're not going to get that. Number two, don't you got some other motherfucking children that you could peddle around on your show? Why don't you use them for leverage? Because my daughter has her celebrity, any that she may have gained off of the strength of me. And now you want to be a part? Absolutely not. I want to go ahead and just play what it is Kenya had to say in her recent interview with Angela Yee, so y'all could just hear what Kenya had to say about him getting his new show or whatever.
Be able to still stay on the show, because I know there were some discrepancies. Yes. So
I'm fighting that now. Okay. You know, my ex-husband is fighting me in court, you know, and we could have been divorced by now, but when you sue someone for divorce, the custody of a child, a minor, comes into play. Mm-hmm. So we were very close. And then the last mediation, he wants to challenge my right to have the final say on her filming, because he's now on a reality show.
Oh.
He's on a reality show?
Mm-hmm.
What show?
I don't know. He's filming a reality show.
I was like, wait, I haven't seen this show.
He's filming.
Is it ensemble? Is it just him?
He won't tell me a lot about
it. Does he want her on the show?
Yes. And so now that's what's causing the divorce proceeding to move forward, because I'm like, that's what I sued you for custody for, is because you were trying to keep her off of TV. Real Housewives. Yeah. Now you want to be on a show now all of a sudden, and you need my permission for her to be on that show because I have final say.
Right.
And it's like, it's just so much BS.
You have created a monster. He wants to be on TV now.
Yeah, but everyone told me that.
I remember
before.
when he was just at Soko.
I don't want to
being
be
the owner.
All right, so you guys just pretty much heard what Kenya had to say, and I just think that's messed up. Ultimately, like, are you kidding me? You tried to stop my baby's bag over here, but then now you want her bag to open back up for you? Absolutely not. So guess what? He'll have to go ahead and take me to court for that, so that I can tell him and the judge in their face that no, we're not going forward. And one of the reasons why, Your Honor, is because I don't even know or understand the basis of his television show. I am not sure about what that is all about. And do you know, when Kenya talks about Marc, she makes it appears as though Marc does not come to get his daughter like that. So not you don't see your daughter as much as you should, but you will make time to see her when you can profit off of her. I feel a way about that. Your Honor, can we please wrap this up soon and free this lady or this man? Can we please? And can we put some hard stuff in place when it comes to the child? Because I just cannot take this F-boyism that he has going on. And it's just the strong audacity for me. The audacity. Girl, I can't take Marc. Kenya, I don't know how you did it. It seems like when she first met Marc, people were telling her that he wanted to be on TV. Then when she would talk to him, he would deny that, right? And then now here he is trying to be on a reality show. I do wonder what reality show you finna go to. You finna go to WeTV, HGTV. You finna go over there and do something on their own network with their production company, like Love and Marriage. Like, what you got going on? And if you are finna go do anything over there affiliated with them, I think that's messed up. I do, but girl, we'll just have to wait and see. I want you guys to hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything that we just talked about today regarding Gizelle, her father passing, Nene Leakes versus Cynthia Bailey versus Claudia Jordan versus her son's baby mama. And also let me know y'all thoughts about Miss Kenya Moore versus Marc Daly. That is all that I have. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.